Welcome back, YouTube. So today we're going to do a Dogecoin price update because there's been a lot of questions as far as for why is Doge not consolidating like some of the other cryptos. And this is something that we've covered in the past before, but I think that now that I can show you visually on the chart, I think that this will provide some clarity going forward. So there's two things, or I guess two parts to this. So the first thing is, if you remember from last year, Dogecoin consolidated at a much faster rate than a lot of the other coins. So all the other coins were still up, and Doge was going down very rapidly. And that's a lot of people were saying that, oh, it's a crap token or it's a scam. It's never going to recover. Blah blah blah. And then we saw pretty much over a period of time, the other coins start consolidating as well. This was briefly after the SNL event. So over time, you will have that rock bottom, which is what we were kind of talking about. And I was saying that Doge would, late last year, early this year, I was saying Doge would consolidate to around 6 cents because that was where we initially got our launch from. And of course, we did, and we consolidated there. And we pretty much just waited for the market to kind of catch up. So, what in theory, what you can call that is, at least thus far, is saying that, okay, well, 6 cents is pretty much your max pain. That's where the buy the selling pressure, whether that be through shorts artificially or naturally, is not great enough to push the price down anymore. So that's going to be like your max pain. That's where you're going to have your pushback, and that's where you're just kind of going to continuously bounce from, or even trend sideways, where you get like a bounce and just pretty much trend sideways here until you have evidence for like a breakthrough, break up, or some positive catalysts and stuff, which we have, and that changes the trend. The other thing is, which is I think is going to be supportive for Dogecoin long term, is the fact that there is now a long term catalyst. So now this is not just purely speculation of just saying blindly, okay, we're going to go to the moon. This is saying that Elon is actively working on something, and this is Twitter. Dogecoin is going to have a wide use case available to a lot of people. And that's going to make people buy more aggressively and hold because they know that this is in the works. And when they see Dogecoin hit these lower levels, or they have the opportunity to correct themselves, the price has the opportunity to correct itself, people take advantage of it and they start buying. And this is providing some level of support. So even right now, you see the absolute refusal for Doge to even break below this our top level here, which is around like this 7 cent. You see a rejection, and we got a rally. And I do want to point out that we are in gap up territory, so this can swing very wildly until we build support. But it does look like we are building support. You see these long wicks on both sides of these candles, whether they're red or green. This is indecisiveness in the market. So this is a steady rejection here off of the high 7 marks, but we're also getting rejected to the upside. So even as high as around 9.4. So as of right now, this is extreme indecisiveness. We are in gap up, gap down territory. So we can swing wildly either way, but we do have, and the reason I'm not going to move the line up and just say that, oh, okay, well, it looks like we're building support here, because I know normally say, okay, well, 2 touches, you can kind of establish it as a trend, is because you have just as many on the opposite side. So typically what I do in this situation is I'll cancel that particular candle out unless it's actually building support. Like if it's just ping-ponging back and forth, I won't count that as validation of a trend, because it's canceling out on the other side. So as of right now, we are still trying to find like that footing and have and establish a trend in either direction. But I think right now it's just a lot of wild information going on. FTX, the market, people are pulling their coins off of exchanges. Finally, we've been talking about that here for quite some time. So I'm glad people are pulling their coins off exchanges. So we're going to see over the next week or so who has the money, who doesn't, who has the ability to give you your coins, who doesn't. We've seen several, even hearing rumors today about people stopping withdrawals, slowing down withdrawals and stuff like that. We're going to see who has the money and who doesn't. So this is going to be a very interesting time. And I think that's going to cause a lot of indecisiveness in the market, because you have people saying, okay, yeah, I'm going to hold and buy for long term, but you're always going to have that group of people saying that, okay, what if it goes back down, or will it go back down to like 6 cents, stuff like that. I think it'll be very hard to do at this point without some like type of major event or like wallet dump, just because of the catalyst and stuff that I mentioned earlier. So we'll see if we do get a breakdown to around the 7 mark, but these are some pretty decent rejections here going forward. And these are most of the rejections here are on the green side. So we'll see going forward. We have to give this probably like another day or so, and we should see a bend at some point. Um, it's not likely we'll go perfectly sideways, but so we should see a bend so we can kind of start getting an idea of a trend. But we're going to have to wait for that pattern and those candles to kind of play out. So, but again, the most important thing you guys can do for the coin, for the movement, for your protection against these brokerages and stuff like that is remove your coins from the exchanges. Please get yourself something with a key that can lock your crypto and not be accessible. That's going to provide you with the protection you need so that you're not waking up with 0 coins or somebody running off to the other side of the world because of they've emptied out all the accounts and stuff. You don't have to worry about any of that. In my opinion, I think the ledger is best. That's what I use. I have a link for them in the description section so that you don't have to worry about getting scammed with spyware and all that kind of good stuff. And you can get one directly from the manufacturer, and you will own your keys. You will own obviously you own your wallet, and you will own your crypto because they cannot access them because you have your passwords as your key phrases. So that's the best thing that you can do for the community, for yourself, for your protection, for your investment, is make sure you have that insurance on there. So with that being said, don't forget, check out Moomoo. You can get up to 15 free stocks when you open up a free account with them, and you do not have to worry about them selling your information or any of that good stuff. Like a lot of the backdoor stuff that we're seeing here in the markets, you don't have to worry about that with Moomoo. So please check them out. I have a link for them in the description section as well. I hope this video finds you well. Like it, share it, subscribe to the channel if you have not, and I will see you in the next one.